Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Let's see what the game has for me today. We've got the Curious. I can't remember if I've done this in this run yet. I think we have, but let me check real quick. And in fact I have not, so let's roll a weapon here and see what we get. There's definitely some weapons that are really hard, because Curious needs tons of single target damage to be able to kill the loot aliens and keep up with the income. Icicle for Curious is a pretty good one. This is a decent single target damage weapon, so I think we should be okay in terms of our damage output to kill the loot aliens relatively quickly with the Icicle. Wave 1 could be hard because it's just a slow attacking weapon, so I'm going to manually target down these loot aliens. Okay, the nice thing is we actually one-shot them on the first wave. I wasn't sure if we would or not, so we only lost 2 attacks doing that and ended up making a ton of money as well as 2 crates there. Of course, we're going to take the coupon. This is both going to improve our economy and give us more XP gain. And with the Curious, you just want to buy every unique item that you see in order to boost your XP gain because of how the character works. So just giving you a quick overview of the character. We start with a spyglass. We get loot aliens every wave, but they all get stronger every time we kill one. For every unique item we have, we get a 2% bonus XP gain, but for every duplicate, we get minus 10% damage. Now, for the Curious, I've made the decision that we are going to use all 6 Icicles. So we're going to accept this 50% damage penalty, and I'm going to strictly stick to the random weapon rule, rather than use 6 different random weapons. So we're going to have to use more Icicles. I'm going to take the 5 harvesting here, and then that's the last economy that I'm going to buy for this character. With the Curious, we just want as much damage as possible so that we can kill the loot aliens as quickly as possible. So we're strictly focused on improving our damage. All of our economy is going to come from the free items that we get from those crates. Buy another Icicle here, and then roll again. Another coupon, if we didn't have minus 50% damage because we're buying all these Icicles, I might consider another coupon. Coupon's good enough, especially if you get it early, that even at the cost of 10% damage, it might be worth buying, but I don't think that we want it here. I think I would rather have 4 Icicles with 30% damage loss than combine any of these weapons, so I'm just going to go to the next wave here. Because Icicle is an elemental weapon, it increases its base damage, so even though we're losing percent damage, we're increasing our base damage a lot, and that's worth a ton. Got both loot alien kills. With Curious, if you ever fall behind on killing those loot aliens, you start just falling behind economically and eventually just lose the run. So you need to have enough damage. That's why we're not going to buy any more economy basically for the rest of the run. We just need to have enough damage that we always kill the loot alien. 2% XP gain, I think I'd rather just have 9 materials. So I'm not going to buy the hedgehog because it doesn't really do anything for us, but I will take the penguin. And then here, I could just take elemental damage. I really want percent damage, but I think I'm just going to grab the elemental damage. And then here I'm going to reroll. Attack speed is the most important stat for Icicles, so that's what I'm looking for the most. But elemental damage and percent damage are also very important. And here, I'm going to take the percent damage as well. Luck is also very good for the Curious. We're going to get a lot of items from boxes, so we want those items to be as high a level as possible. Let me keep rolling and rolling for more Icicles, and then rolling again. Fertilizer, of course, I'm going to lock, and I'm going to roll and lock another Icicle. So, because I've bought a little bit more damage, they still do 9 damage a shot. That's not bad for killing loot aliens. So even though we have a weapon where we're using only 1 weapon with the Curious, so this is a really challenging run. Don't know why I thought I had done this already, because I definitely haven't. I just rolled into it and went, oh, I must have done this one. Because I love this character so much. It's probably the DLC character I've played the most, because I like getting items from boxes. The snake, I'll take this just for the XP gain, I think. Minus 1 HP, not that big a penalty. Whistle is really dangerous for the Curious because all the loot aliens get stronger, and if you ever don't kill them, you really fall behind in your economy. That being said, I think that Icicle is a strong enough weapon that we can take the whistle and still have a good chance of killing the loot aliens, even when they're moving faster. To take the crit chance here, it's very good for Icicle, and we're going to take the attack speed, because again, I just want to make sure that my weapons are doing as much damage as we can. By the Icicle, Fertilizer, and Insanity, and then roll. And Bag, of course, is an incredible find for the Curious. Normally, if you're not building 6 of the same weapon, this is the only item that I recommend buying multiple of on the Curious, because you're getting at least 30 materials every wave out of it. So it's a huge amount of bonus economy. The baby elephant we can pass on, and we'll just leave this Icicle locked and then go to the next wave. So now I've increased the move speed of the loot aliens, and because we've killed all of the ones we've seen so far, they are going to be both faster and stronger, so I need to be careful there. I also need to not take hits, because I have negative armor and only 12 HP, so we could die really fast if I am not careful there. And I wasn't that careful, so I came close to dying. Gonna focus on killing the loot aliens over the curse aliens. Really, really important to get these free boxes, but if I can get a curse alien kill, I'll take it for sure. So we actually managed to get a curse alien and both loot aliens that wave, which is great. Propeller hat, we will pick up, of course. Terrified onion, I'll still grab. I do want move speed, and it's more XP gain. Let me reroll this, and yeah, we'll just take 5% damage. When our percent damage is this low, it's the most efficient way to increase our damage is just to boost our percentage damage. Duct tape, I will pick up. I do want to zero out my armor at least, and again, it's another unique item. Weird Ghost and Fuel Tank are both pretty good. So I'm definitely buying the Fuel Tank. That's a huge boost to my damage output. Do I buy the Weird Ghost this wave? We have very little healing, so it's risky. I think we can get away with it, though. So I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to roll, hoping for an Icicle, which I missed on, so I'm just going to go to the next wave here. With only 1 HP regeneration, obviously I'm not going to be high health at any point this wave, unless we get some lucky consumable drops, but we should be able to at least kill a loot alien. Oh, I almost walked into that guy and died. The buffing aliens are really dangerous for us. If they manage to buff one of the loot aliens, then there's no chance that we kill it. So have to focus those guys down. Also, of course, having just more health on the field is really bad for us. Okay, so unfortunately that one got buffed, meaning that I'm going to give up my first crate this wave because I didn't kill the buffing alien. So we lost a crate, but we did get a lucky crate drop, so that's good and offsets that penalty somewhat. Treasure map, of course, another item that's incredible for this character since we're dropping so many crates. And here I am going to take 6 max HP. My max HP is really low. I definitely want to improve that. And I'll grab 15 luck as well. Plant, I'm not going to grab, of course, because we would lose 10% damage, which is too many damage to lose. So let's roll here. Baby squid is good. Incendiary turret, this can help our wave clear quite a bit. This character can benefit a lot from just random wave clear items, so I'm going to take that. Feather gives us 3% dodge and only minus 1% XP, but I don't think we want it. I'm going to roll and lock this Icicle, because I really want to level Icicles. When you get them to level 3+, the critical multiplier goes up, and that's a huge amount of bonus damage that you start getting from this weapon, and single target damage is the only thing we care about for this character. Looking mostly for attack speed at this point. Our attack speed is too low, and of course I would like some more defensive stats, but for now we're still very focused on offense. You can see that even with the increased enemy HP, the incendiary turret's still giving us some pretty solid wave clear, so the 60 materials that we spent on that, definitely worth it. It's going to help us, we're going to make that back for sure. We got 3 loot alien spawns. And can I get all 3 killed this wave? Let's find out. Yes. All right, awesome. And since we have bag, that's also a ton of extra money. So 3 items and a bunch of money. I'm going to take the coral. I was really impressed with coral in my gangster run. So I'm going to try to remember to use that. Coupon would be nice, but I just don't think we can afford to sacrifice any more percentage damage. Losing an elemental damage for the luck. This is not great, but for 10 materials I think is worth it. And then gonna roll here. I could take 5% damage, but I think we can actually do better. I'll take the 4 regen, because I'm really looking for bonus damage or attack speed at this point. And I don't really need more harvesting, because like I said, our economy is all going to come from free items, so we can mostly pass on harvesting for this character. Take the baby squid here, and then roll again. Broken Mouth is good, as is Helmet, so I will lock that. And I'm going to roll to try to lock another Icicle. Small Fish is great for killing the loot aliens faster as well. Feeling like we've definitely gotten ourselves to a decent spot. I need to get some more regeneration and lifesteal, ideally, just a little more sustain. I need more armor and HP right now. We have very low of both. And attack speed is the stat we need the most, but we are in decent shape in terms of killing the loot aliens. We've only let one live so far. I let that healing enemy live for way too long also there. You really need to focus down these healers on this wave, because they are just going to stop you from killing the loot aliens, because they're going to heal them. So 4 crates, and of course each of those crates is also worth 15 materials, thanks to our bag. Amazing luck there on the extra loot aliens and the extra crates. That's why we bought the whistle. Recycle Terrified Onion. I'm going to recycle the second baby squid. We just don't want duplicates. And improve tools, of course, attack speed. I've been talking about wanting this. We also have an incendiary turret, so great find there. Wheat. This is -2 elemental damage for 10 harvesting. That's a lot of damage loss, and I actually don't think that we can afford to lose damage. So I'm going to recycle the wheat. That's pretty rare that you're going to see me do that, but in this spot, I think it is necessary. We will take the tardigrade. This is more XP gain and also can block an attack against us. I will now take the 10 harvesting, I think. I do want at least some harvesting, and the regen isn't as appealing. I could roll for a higher level upgrade, but I think 10 harvesting here is good. Then I'm going to take the attack speed over the elemental damage and continue to upgrade my weapons. We'll buy the Icicle and the Small Fish and Helmet and roll, leveling up these Icicles. So you can see here they crit for 2.5x damage with the leveled Icicles, which is means that our crit chance on these weapons with the precise and elemental tag, or the precise tag and the crit chance we've bought, does a lot of bonus damage once you have a couple of these. We've no consumable heal currently, but given that it's also worth a little XP gain, I think I will take the alien worm. I'm going to roll here. Peaceful Bee is kind of awesome when you're an Icicle build, because you don't care about losing melee or ranged damage, so I'll buy that, and I'll buy the Cute Monkey as well. The Sharp Bullet we don't want, because Icicle has inherent piercing. You don't usually want to buy Sharp Bullet on weapons that have piercing already. You could buy it here, especially if we had a Horde wave, I might consider it, but without a Horde wave, I think that the piercing that Icicle has already is going to be plenty. And so I'm just going to focus on stats that we actually care about and not reducing the damage of our weapons. Definitely taking some lifesteal. We will buy the charcoal for more elemental damage. And although it does cost me a lot of attack damage, do I want the bowler hat? Losing 5 attack speed and 3 crit chance? I think we're going to pass on it. Again, this is a fairly unusual move for me. Not often you'll see me pass a really strong economy item like Bowler Hat, but Curious's economy is so good already, all you have to do is kill the loot aliens and not die. We're just going to focus on offense and defense and let the economy just kind of happen on its own. Cauldron is good. We're going to be picking up a lot of consumables because we're killing the loot aliens. And Small Magazine, -6 damage for 10 attack speed. Normally, I would probably take this for the Icicle, but not when we're using 6 of them with the Curious, because our percent damage is so low, I don't want to reduce that at all. There's a lot of people that really, really dislike this character, and I think it's because it makes you think a little bit differently about your purchases, because you get so much money from just finding items. That's one thing that I like about the character a lot, is that you have to think differently about what you're buying. It's generally speaking the the exception to the rule that on Abyssal Terrors you prefer to buy economy stats more heavily than on Crash Zone, because the Curious is just going to get all its economy from crates. Can we get this Curse Alien? I don't think I have time to get over there and get that tree, so I just wanted to kill the Curse Alien there. Injection, of course, we're not buying because it would just be minus 2 HP, minus 10 materials, and minus 3% damage, so not what we want, and sadly have to recycle a plant here, even though it's a very efficient item for us. Decomposing Flesh is great. That's going to give us a lot of sustain over time. And here I'm going to take the armor. My armor was very low, and we've got some elites coming up, so I want to make sure that I can kill those. The real challenge for Curious is that elites have plus 25% enemy health. So if your damage is not high enough to kill the elites, which with it's even worse with this challenge mode that we're playing, where we are at minus 50% damage because we're buying 6 of the same weapon. If our damage isn't high enough to kill the elites, that's what is going to get us killed. Buy all those items. We will continue to upgrade our icicles, and I'll lock this one. Celery Tea is a little less bad for this character than for other characters because enemies already have increased health. So it's less additional health proportionally. But again, all you care about is killing the loot aliens, so you don't want to do anything that makes that harder. We don't have a tree yet, so we'll buy that. The plus engineering is kind of interesting with the Strange Book, but I think we just don't have any. I mean, we've got the incendiary turret, but I don't really care that much about our engineering, so I think we're going to pass on the Strange Book as well. Maybe if I had a pocket factory or something already, but I just don't think that the engineering is going to be an important component of our damage at all. The incendiary turret has already paid itself back and then some, and just doesn't need to build engineering in order to help with wave clear. Its base damage is high enough. Alright, there's our first loot alien spawn, so let's go hang out next to it and kill it as quickly as we can. You can see that our damage is no longer keeping up as well with the loot alien's HP pool, so I definitely need to focus on boosting my damage, and that's in part because I've overbought defensive stats a little. Just what has showed up in the shop has been a lot of defensive stats, so we've ended up spending money on things that don't help us kill loot aliens, which has made it a little harder for us to do that. Propeller hat, we're going to recycle. Fuel tank, we're going to recycle. Sharp bullet, I'm still going to recycle. Let me reroll here. I'm looking for attack speed or percent damage. With 28 luck, do I just take a 5% damage upgrade? I think I do. And then I'll take the elemental damage here. And I think we can do better. I didn't want to reroll too many times before because I wanted to get higher level upgrades, and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to without rerolling a bunch. So I just took the 5% damage because I want to get my damage back to 0. Now I can reroll a little more to get higher level upgrades, but I'm pretty happy to just take 2 armor. We're going to continue to level our weapons here. Buy tree and toxic sludge. Coffee, maybe the best item we could find at this point. Just a ton of bonus attack speed. I will also take the bone dice. We're making a decent amount of materials every wave, so we're going to be re-rolling a lot, and percent damage is so valuable for this character that the bone dice is going to be really useful, even if we only get a few percent damage out of it. Let me re-roll here again. Interesting. Do I take the bag? Bag, of course, costs me 10% damage, but is so much money. Normally on Curious, I would always buy this item, even at the cost of 10% damage. For this character, we're going into an elite fight soon. I think I'm still going to do it. I just can't stop myself from getting greedy. So we're going to take the bag there. Here, do I want the little frog? I think we will pass on little frog. We just bought an economy item that reduces my damage, so I'm not going to spend more on economy items. We will buy the icicle. I'll lock the metal, and that's it. So again, attack speed and damage is what I care about. Percent damage is the stat we need the most now. Let's see if we can kill this thing. Alright, that's the first loot alien down. And as long as we can still kill the loot aliens and we can still kill the elite, then the bag will be excellent. If it prevents us from doing that, then it will have been terrible. So it's going to be very binary whether that was good or not. Killing the blobfish... Oh, I need to be a little careful here because I took a lot of damage. Killing the blobfish on the Curious is often a mistake because it just puts a lot more health on the field, and that can make it harder for you to focus on killing the important targets. Getting those crates out of there. Made very good money this wave, though. Ice Cube, of course, amazing when you're an elemental build and when you just want to DPS down a specific enemy really fast. So very, very good find there. Let's roll. I keep finding these level 1 upgrades. I'm going to roll again. We have 28 luck. I feel like we can do better. I'm going to roll one more time. I better take some HP. My HP is really low. We've got an elite coming up really soon as well. And then I'm going to roll again. And yeah, I'll take 9 more HP. I would much prefer damage. But getting to 50 HP before we fight the elite is definitely good also. Dangerous Bunny I will take. And then we're going to do a reroll here. Another Peaceful Bee we don't need. The Bean Teacher. That's a lot of XP gain. We already have 106% though. And I'm quite concerned about fighting this elite. So I'm really just rolling for stuff that will make it easier for us to kill the elite. Let's buy the Icicle. So we now have 2 level 4 Icicles, which is really nice. This gives us 3x critical damage, so a huge amount of bonus damage. Only plus 2% damage on the Pearl for 123. How likely am I to find something better than that if I reroll in terms of killing the elite? Better than 2% damage. I do want the Pearl, I think. We're opening so many boxes, there's a good chance that we'll get more Pearls. And we're going to buy more luck, too. But if I can find something that will help me against the elite more in the short term, I would definitely buy it. I think the chances are not that good. So I'm going to buy the Pearl now. And then reroll. Snowball I will lock. Sad Tomato I will lock. Saltwater we're going to pass on. But yeah, so we didn't find anything that would be better against the elite in this next shop. So buying the Pearl worked out there. Immediately lost my tardigrade, of course. Trying to kill the elite as quickly as I can so that when the loot aliens spawn, I can still just focus damage on them. Get this healer. That loot alien got in the way, but didn't last very long. Looks like our damage is good enough at this point that we should be able to kill the elite fairly comfortably. And then let me see if I can find the other loot alien. We've killed one already. I guess the other one hasn't spawned yet. There it is. No, come back. Come back so I can murder you. All right. With that compelling pitch, I got its attention. Immediately took a couple hits there, so I need to be pretty careful now. And just not die. But that's why we have all these defensive stats. Stone Skin, I'm going to pass on. We just don't have enough armor for this to be valuable at this point, and I really want to not lose attack speed at all. Wolf Helmet, amazing. Of course, losing the engineering does hurt our incendiary turret, but 10 elemental damage and 20 luck is awesome. Mouse, of course, also awesome. And Bat, we're going to grab as well. And then we did get... Oh, right. I completely forgot how Curious works when I bought that Pearl. We can't take these extra Pearls because it's going to cost me extra damage. So buying that was definitely a mistake. Let's go ahead and just recycle that. Although, if I get 100 luck or more, then the Pearls will be good. Buying this right now will cost me 6% damage, but makes future luck that I buy better. You know what? Let's speculate on the Pearl. I'll buy the percent damage here. I think we're in a good enough shape that we could maybe do well just with the Pearls. I'm going to buy the Baby Gecko. I'm not going to buy Alien Magic. I don't really need more HP at this point. And I did just buy the Pearl, so we don't want to ruin that plan. The roll here. Scared Sausage is a decent amount of bonus damage, so I'll pick that up. We'll grab a bait as well. And then I'm going to still pass on Celery Tea. I'm going to pass on the Acid. I'm going to roll again. Do I buy another Pearl? I'm not going to buy the Pearl when we still don't have more luck. I don't think. But I will take the Claw Tree because crit chance is so good with Icicle. I'm going to reroll again. We're kind of incentivized to reroll because our character is... because we have this bone dice, so I'm just incentivized to reroll for percent damage. And then I'll lock the Frozen Heart. Of course, that's excellent. The Handcuffs, 8 elemental damage is a lot, so I'm going to lock this and hope that we can find an HP upgrade as well. The Pearl I'm doing more for fun, which is why I'm not buying the second one. Or rather, the additional Pearls. Obviously, that was a mistake when I bought it, because I just didn't think about how duplicate Pearls don't work with the Curious unless you get tons of luck. And then I decided to pick that one up anyways, which cost me some damage, under the assumption that I could find enough luck to make it good. But I'm not going to spend a ton of money on that plan because that plan is not good right now. It's just a for fun plan. So if we happen to get there, then I'll be happy to have done so. But I'm not going to spend another like 200 materials on making my character worse in the short term, just in case we happen to find a ton of luck later on. And a lot of curse alien kills too. We haven't found that many curse items, even though our curse is actually not bad at this point. Do I want to spend 30 on 2% XP gain? At this point, our XP gain is high enough that we don't really need to do that, so I'm going to recycle the Mastery. Take the Alien Eyes. It is some extra damage. We'll take Fishhook. We can get some cursed items. Defective Steroids. I am about to buy the Handcuffs and reduce my HP, or cap my HP. So I really want to buy any HP that I find, so I'm going to buy the Defective Steroids, even though I normally wouldn't buy that. I'm going to roll here, and we're looking for a 9 HP upgrade. All of these would be so good, but I'm going to keep rolling till we get one of those, because 60 HP is about where I want to be. Then we'll take the luck here. Wow, what a good shop. I guess I can't really afford to take the second treasure map. It's sort of like Bag, though, in that even as a duplicate item, it's really strong for this character. But do I want to buy it? Of course, I'm going to buy all of these. I think I'm going to lock the treasure map. And if I find a little more percent damage, then I might buy the treasure map just for fun at this point. It's because obviously it's a ton of extra items, but losing 10% damage is pretty bad. I'm going to lock the garden here because we just bought the jerky, so my consumable heal is pretty good. The garden will be a lot of healing. Although actually with 26 regen, 18 lifesteal, I don't need more healing. So I'm going to roll past the garden. I will take Triangle of Power though. I think that we are past the really difficult part of the run because our damage is now scaling enough that we're still killing the loot aliens really fast, and we're ahead of the curve on killing elites. So we can afford to do some things that are a little bit silly, like take those pearls, lock the treasure map and stuff like that, just to see how strong we can make the character in the end. No, of course it was the loot alien that got buffed, but we were still able to kill it. Should be another one. Yeah, here it is. Got it. Kill this tree. Get that goblin shark. And Beanie, of course, we don't want. Blindfold, I'm very happy to take. Additional crit chance is good. The boxing glove, I think at this point, 2% XP gain is just not worth 12 materials, so I'm going to recycle it. Obviously don't need the HP, but I'm very happy to take the percent damage. And since I found that 12% damage and the triangle, I'm going to buy the treasure map now, just for fun. We're going to roll here. Bloody Hand. So I do have a tardigrade. This would cost me the tardigrade, but Other than that, it doesn't cost us anything because we have regen and lifesteal, so this is a ton of bonus damage and exactly what this character needs. That being said, we just bought Triangle of Power, so we can't really buy the Bloody Hand because it will cost me 2% damage every second. That's basically minus 120% damage, so we would be losing a lot more damage than we get from the Bloody Hand. It's not as bad as it looks with the Triangle, but still, unfortunately, we can't buy it here. The lure, I don't really want this wave because we're already getting 2 loot aliens this wave and an elite. So I'm going to lock the lure. We'll buy the banner and roll. Sunken Bell. Yeah, that's probably good enough to buy. And then I'll lock all of these items. Ugly Tooth could help a lot as well. Do I lock it for the fishhook? I think I will just buy it here because it can help me kill the elite a little bit more cleanly. Be honest in the comments, how many of you did I get with the Bloody Hand? Got to kill that elite very quickly because of all of the damage that we've bought. So I probably could have bought the lure, but I guess if we get the lure cursed with the fishhook, we'll be happy we locked it anyways. And if we get a third loot spawn this wave, then maybe we wouldn't have been able to kill all 4 regardless. So I think it worked out to lock the lure instead of just buying it right away. There's the other one. Got it. I love playing the Curious. It's just so much fun. Giant Belt, of course, is amazing. We've got lots of critical hits, so this will just kill the enemies even faster. The Acid, we're going to recycle because our HP is capped. Chameleon is kind of interesting. We could build a decent amount of dodge. For 43 materials, do I want to spend 4 damage, 43 materials on 3 dodge? I kind of don't. This is close, but I think we're just not really going to focus on building dodge at all this run. I'll take the Goblet. That's even more healing. We're going to recycle the Weird Ghost because we've got one already. And then I could take regeneration or dodge here, but I'm going to roll. I just want more damage. Attack speed, I think, is... Attack speed and armor are both really important. I'm going to take the armor, actually. And since we found a level 4 upgrade, I'll take the dodge here. So the dodge would be a lot better given that we found that... The Chameleon would be a lot better given that we found that dodge, because dodge scales really well with itself. So I'd be very happy to have it at this point. But I don't regret not buying it. We will definitely buy a Cursed Icicle. Recycling Machine, great for the Curious, since you're dropping so many crates. Some of them are going to be ones you don't want. It's worth a lot of money. The Schmoop, we don't really need, because our HP is already capped. The Mirror is pretty interesting, but... of course, for the Curious, duplicating an item is not usually good. There are some items you would still duplicate, but I think we're just going to roll past the Mirror here. I will definitely buy this Icicle. I'm going to go ahead and combine the Cursed one. First, it should, when you buy a non-Cursed one and have a Cursed one of the same level, it should preferentially combine the Cursed items, but I've seen it not do that, so I always combine the Cursed item first before buying another item. Take the Lumberjack shirt, and then I don't really need the book. Let's re-roll. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep buying treasure maps. That's just fun. And would I buy a Cursed Explosive Turret if the Fishhook curses it? I don't think I would. I'm going to re-roll here and see if we can find better stuff. We'll try to get the Cursed Leather Vest. Dynamite we have. We do have the Sunken Bell for explosions, but that's our only explosion damage, so we're going to pass on it. Got that loot alien kill really fast. Of course, I need to remember that we bought lure this wave, so we're going to see at least 4 of them. We also got a crate out of a tree, which is nice. So the chance of dropping a crate gets reduced for each crate you've already dropped that wave. So if you get a random crate out of a tree early, it's good, because we're still guaranteed the crates from the loot aliens. So getting those, killing trees earlier in the wave to try to get those random crate drops before you've reduced the chances of dropping more crates is important for this character. Where's our last loot alien? I guess it died and I just didn't see it. Piggy Bank, it's a little too late for Piggy Bank to do anything on wave 15, so we're going to recycle it. Propeller Hat we're recycling. Lucky Charm I'll take. And now our luck is almost positive. Jelly, I actually am, because I have reduced my HP, I'm actually below HP cap, but I still don't need to buy Jelly or anything like that. Same with Padding. Blindfold, this is close to being worth buying even at the cost of minus 10% damage, because the crit chance is so good for this character, and we're now building dodge. And in fact, I think I will buy it even at the cost of 10% damage. We'll take the metal detector here, and then I'll just take 16% more damage to offset the damage loss that we just took. We will buy Leather Vest, Corrupted Shard, and Treasure Map again, and then roll. As always, you cannot be the king of Brotato without a crown, so we're going to go ahead and buy that. And let's buy this Icicle and level that up. Do I sell the level 1 Icicle for the level 2? I think what I'm going to do, actually, is just lock this and see if we can get it cursed. Then I'm going to roll. Sure, I'll take a Cyber Ball. I'll roll again, and I will buy a Metal Plate. Now my armor is at plus 10, which is much, much better. Very happy to have a decent amount of armor now. I'd like to increase my move speed a little. We're moving a little slower than I would like to be. But obviously this run's going incredibly at this point, and I could find a way to lose it probably, but it would be fairly challenging to do that. He says moments before disaster, of course. Kill that curse alien on wave 16, of course. After the 30-second mark, a bunch of curse aliens spawn around the outside of the screen, so you want to do a circuit of the map and try to get as much curse as possible and as much money as possible by killing those guys. And 4 more crates. That's awesome. We're going to recycle the Scar. I don't need that. I'll take the baby elephant. I'll take the gambling token. Now my dodge is actually getting very close to maximum. This will cost me 1% damage buying the pearl, so now we can definitely do that. We'll recycle there. And I could take the regen. I don't really need it. Let me reroll. And attack speed is exactly what I was hoping for, and crit chance as well. First, exoskeleton. Amazing. Obviously, move speed is something I just said we want. Armor we want. And the crit chance is great. Losing 1 regen and lifesteal is not something we care about at all. So we'll buy that for sure. We did get our Icicle cursed, so I'm going to recycle the level 1 and buy the cursed level 2. Candle we don't want. Schmoop we don't want. Yeah, all those we can pass on. Take the head injury. Let's roll again. Pocket Factory. We did reduce our engineering, but then increased it. So let's take the Pocket Factory. Again, this is just for fun. And I'm going to roll here. And Triangle of Power is kind of interesting to buy here, actually. So obviously, it only gives me 10% damage. But the question is, would we spend 175 on 10% damage? And the answer is we would. So we're going to lock the Triangle of Power. And nice, a ton of luck from the Lucky Coin as well. And that I believe that works with our pearls. Pearl works off permanent luck, but the Lucky Coin luck, I think, does count as permanent luck for whatever reason. I'll have to see how that works in practice. I can't... The game does need to distinguish better between what's permanent stats and what isn't, because some items that convert one stat to another work and some don't. That is one of my few complaints about Brotato in terms of like its tooltips and the way that it communicates information to the player, is that it uses this keyword, permanent, which is never defined anywhere in the game, and has no indication of whether something is permanent or not. For example, the speed that you get from having a jousting lance in your inventory is permanent. So that works with power generator, even though that's from an item that you could recycle. Yeah, we'll take the campfire here. Of course, more elemental damage is good. The heavy bullets, we don't want. Attack speed and crit chance are more important than the 10% damage to us right now, I think. So I'm going to recycle that. Also, it's worth 163 to recycle it. Gambling token, I'm still going to recycle. And mutation we'll take for more damage. The bowler hat, this late, we don't want. So let's recycle that. And then I've reduced my max HP a lot. I guess the bone dice are just absolutely going off at chipping away my max HP. Because we're gaining levels, too. That said, I don't really care that much. We'll just get some attack speed. How many HP have I lost from the bone dice? Only 3. So what has actually reduced my health? Not actually sure what else has been reducing my health. I guess I bought a leather vest. The Cursed Triangle of Power, so this is now plus 20% damage, so we're very happy to have that. We'll take the lucky coin. Diploma, I don't really need more XP gain, but more curse is good still, so I'm going to buy the diploma, and then I'll roll. Yeah, we've committed to buying treasure maps. This treasure map is not good. This one is definitely past the point where having more treasure maps is worth losing 10% damage, but it's just fun to do that, so I'm going to do it anyways. And I think I will lose 10% damage for the blindfold now, too. Our percent damage, of course, could be a lot higher, but having the blindfold, getting my dodge almost to cap, and increasing my crit chance is worth a lot. Our crit chance on our level 4 icicles is 82%, so we can still increase our crit chance by quite a bit and gain value from it. So our pearls are giving us... Yeah, so the lucky coin luck is not counting as permanent for the pearls, but we are now gaining positive damage from pearls, so we've gotten there on the pearls, despite being the curious. That elite died so quickly that I couldn't even see its health bar as it was perishing, because it was just covered by the damage numbers and the snowball effect, or the ice cube effect. Curious is a funny character for endless mode, by the way, because you do still get the 2 guaranteed loot aliens every wave. So you get a lot of free items, which are worth a lot in endless mode when items become more expensive. But losing 10% damage when you buy duplicates of things is definitely a real downside for endless, which is mostly about just buying a lot of key items. So it's just an interesting character for endless mode. Jetpack, of course, we're going to grab. This will boost my dodge almost to maximum. I'll recycle the propeller hat here. We'll take... Although, actually, I have 3 pearls. So the propeller hat was only worth minus... I guess it was minus 6 damage, because it has minus 10 for being a duplicate and minus 2 inherently. Oh, no, it was only minus 1 because it was cursed. So, yeah, it was minus 5 damage. So maybe I should have bought the propeller hat for 20 luck. I'll take the Sif's Relic, of course. That's great. We will take Poisonous Tonic. That's awesome. Recycle that. The Wisdom, I am actually going to recycle. This will make it slower for us to kill elites if we buy it. So we don't want Wisdom in general, because you really want to burst down the elites as quickly as possible. So for this character, I recommend avoiding Wisdom. Clockwork Wasp we'll pick up for the bonus movement speed. Goblet, I don't really need. Spicy Sauce, sure, I'll buy it because it's cursed. We'll roll here. Roll again. Level 4 Icicle, so I could recycle, but buying a non-cursed Icicle at this point just doesn't seem that exciting. So I'm going to just re-roll past that and look for more stuff that's cooler. Let's keep rolling. Gambling token. Potato, I guess I'll buy. And these rerolls are getting really expensive, but still worth it, I think. The extra stomach I would buy, of course, if we got it earlier, but we're HP capped and going into wave 19, so we don't need the extra stomach. For 50, I don't think I'm going to reroll here. Love how fast we are now. And even though the loot aliens are getting stronger every wave, we're now killing them in no time flat because our damage is just so high. The interesting thing about this is that, the interesting thing about this run is it really showcases how much damage can be overcome with economy. If you have a character that has strong economy, you just don't need to have high damage with it because you can buy damage in Brotato. That's what the game is all about. So this is a real showcase of how good free economy is. Even with a 50% damage penalty, we still made an incredible amount of money. Or ended up with incredibly high damage. Yeah, so this is plus 2% damage when we get that pearl, so that's kind of fun. Recycle the duct tape, we'll recycle that. I'm going to take 3 armor just so I don't die, and then a little bit more armor just so I don't die. Leather vest, I'm going to pass on. Blindfold, I think I will buy the blindfold, because this will get my crit chance almost to maximum. And so even at the cost of 10% damage, I think that's worth it. We can upgrade our Icicle now. Roll again. The Shady Potion. So this cost me 10% damage, but I have 3 pearls or 4 pearls? How many pearls do I have? I've got 4, right? Yeah, so each of these pearls gives me 3 damage from just buying the Shady Potion. So actually the Shady Potion is positive damage. So when I buy this, I gain 6 damage there. This Shady Potion is not positive damage, right? It's -2. But I'll buy the Gentle Alien. I'm going to roll past the Heavy Bullets again. Roll past all this stuff. The Mutation we don't need. Blood Leech is decent healing, so we'll pick that up. Elemental damage from the Boiling Water. Yes. The Spider. Definitely going to buy this. This is just a bunch of attack speed and damage, so we're very happy to buy the Spider as well. And then let's reroll. This Icicle I would take. First, so Spyglass has been worth a lot of money, by the way, because we started with it. Then let's roll a couple more times. We would take the Icicle or the Regeneration Potion, but obviously can't afford those. So let's go ahead and kill the bosses in Wave 20. Just ran at the boss I saw first because I just wanted to kill them as quickly as possible. And we have defeated them in only a couple seconds because Icicle does a ton of single target damage. So great roll for the Curious, just a really solid weapon for the character. Taking a look at our items here, we made 400 materials off the coupon, so excellent. 1,335 off the double bag. 15 bonus items from our treasure maps. The baby squid was worth 23 regeneration because the Curious levels so fast. Only 9k damage from the incendiary turret, but it definitely did its job, which was just boosting us through the early to mid game. What else? We got 20 lifesteal from the decomposing flesh. Community support, of course, was excellent. 21 bonus damage for 5 HP lost, so that's under par for the bone dice. That's a bad ratio because it should be 5-1, but and we definitely did worse than 5-1, but still 20% damage was very useful. So the bone dice I'm happy to have. Ice Cube is great, of course. Dangerous Bunny saved us 123, so actually kind of underperformed. I guess because we have Spyglass already. This is something I need to pay attention to, is that these items don't synergize very well. So the Dangerous Bunny we spent, I think, 66 on, and didn't even make double that back. So probably could have just skipped on the Dangerous Bunny. The pearls were a goof, but they were a fun goof, and we got there. What else? 5 elemental damage from the snowball. Not that much from Scared Sausage, because we were killing everything too fast. Didn't end up with that many cursed items from the fishhook either. But overall, a very clean run with a very challenging character. Rolling and using 6 of the same weapon with Curious is one of the things that I was worried about, and we got there very smoothly, so very happy with that one. As always, my friends, if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit that like button. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.